Following up from my earlier video discussing the newly released first images of Brie Larson as Captain Mar-Vell and the movie's plot details, Entertainment Weekly have released an additional 9 photographs from the movie, some of which give us our very first looks at some of the movie's new characters. Firstly, we get our first look at Carol Danvers in civilian wear. Carol's leather jacket, washed out jeans, and 9 Inch Nails t-shirt couldn't be any more 90s, and I absolutely love it. Of course, the movie is set to be placed during the 1990s, and the EW article mentions that the film will be filled with plenty of era-appropriate references and fashion. Perfect for a 90s kid like myself, this movie's going to be a whole bundle of nostalgia. It's also interesting to note that Carol is wearing a shield cap in this shot, alluding to the fact that we may see her as a SHIELD agent as well as an Air Force pilot throughout the film. Speaking of Carol, the Air Force pilot, we've been given another great look of Carol in her Air Force uniform with her jet. So far, these seem like 3 very different variations on the character, and it'll be very interesting to see how Mar-Vell juggle not only Captain Mar-Vell with Carol Danvers the civilian, but how they also juggle those with Carol the pilot. Additionally, we've been given our first look at Lashana Lynch as Maria Rambo, described as one of Carol's oldest friends and a top-notch Air Force pilot with the call sign Photon. Speaking of new characters, we get a couple of great new looks at MCU newcomer Jude Law's character in the film. Pictured here alongside Danvers, Law's character, who is still nameless at this point, is set to be the commander of elite military team Star Force. Law's character sees Carol as a mentee and pet project. EW also gives us an excellent look at the Star Force team-up, where Carol joins the team on the Kree planet of Hala. And we also get to see Carol in yet another uniform. I'm loving all of these costumes. The members of Star Force include not only Carol, but Korath, portrayed by Djimon Hounsou, reprising his role from Guardians of the Galaxy, and Min-Erva, played by Jenna Chan. Interesting to note that Carol is featured here in that green uniform that caused such a fuss on the internet when on-set pictures of Larson in the uniform surfaced. Breathe easy, guys, this is just the Star Force uniform, not the main Captain Mar-Vell costume. Down the bottom corner, we also get another look at Law's character from behind this time, and also see the return of Lee Pace as Ronan, his character from Guardians of the Galaxy. We do get a better look at Ronan in this great picture, where he is alongside the film's director Anna Boden, and again alongside Jude Law's character, who by this point I'm thinking might actually be the original Captain Mar-Vell, Mar-Vell. The article mentions that while Ronan is an outcast with extremist views in Guardians, here he will appear as a high-ranking member of Kree society. Ben Mendelsohn will also be joining the cast as Talos, the leader of the Skrull army, who spearheads the Skrull invasion on Earth. The Skrull are the enemies of the Kree and Star Force. This is our first proper look at the Skrull in the MCU, and I gotta say they look absolutely awesome. I can't even recognize Mendelsohn under all of those amazing prosthetics. The Skrulls are of course a race who can shapeshift, which makes them incredibly dangerous and worthy opponents. The article mentions that Talos' human form on Earth infiltrates S.H.I.E.L.D. as a double agent. I wonder how many of our favourite Avengers may end up being Skrulls in Avengers 4. Finally, perhaps the most exciting of all is our first look at Samuel L. Jackson as 1990s Nick Fury. Of course, being set in the 90s, Mar-Vell have had to use their amazing de-aging technology on Jackson to make him look how he did back in the Pulp Fiction era. I have to say this technology just gets better and better. Of course, the technology was previously used to de-age Michael Douglas in Ant-Man and Kurt Russell in Guardians 2, but this is the first time the technology will be used on a main character for a large portion of the movie, showing just how incredibly it has progressed in such a short space of time. I know that this is just a picture and it may look different on screen as a moving video, but this looks absolutely flawless. And if I knew no better, I would have just thought that this was a still from one of Jackson's 90s flicks. Super excited to see how this turns out. It's worth noting here that Fury is described as being a lowly S.H.I.E.L.D. desk jockey in the film, decades before he became the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., and depicts him in an era before he has lost his eye. Perhaps we'll see that in the movie, maybe at the hands of one of those pesky Skrulls. I'm very excited to see how Jackson, one of my favourite actors, fits into this movie, and very excited to see him reprise the role of Nick Fury for the 9th time. With that, other than the 2 previously released images showing us Carol Danvers' incredibly gorgeous Captain Mar-Vell suit, which I have already addressed and commented on in my previous video, which you can view at the hyperlink at the end of this video, that is all for now. I absolutely cannot wait for this movie. These pictures have got me really keen to see more, and I can't wait to see a trailer. I'm hoping it's going to drop within the next few weeks or in the next couple of months or something like that. I'm really curious to see how this movie takes shape. So guys, over to you. Fire away in the comments below and let me know what are your thoughts on Captain Marvel and what do you think about all these fantastic images that have just been released from Entertainment Weekly and Marvel. Captain Marvel will release in cinemas on April 8th, 2019 in North America and the UK, and on April 7th, 2019 in Australia. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos, you like what you've seen, you'd like to see more like this in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen right now, and also hit that like button down below if you're feeling extra generous. Also, don't forget to check out my many social media accounts, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.